Hi everyone, hope you're well, and thank you for sending through all of the pictures of the patties. They looked really, really well, and I was very proud of you to see you doing such a good job for all of those that you sent through. So this week we're going to be making jambalaya, and I've already sent through the ingredients to you. I don't know if any of you have actually heard of jambalaya, but it's very similar to paella, and it's a combination of different cuisines from French to Caribbean and Cajun. So there are two types of jambalaya. So there's a Cajun type, and then there's one from Louisiana. So we're going to do the Louisiana one today, and this one, and the only difference between it is that one contains tin tomato and the other one doesn't. So so if you see a jambalaya that's sort of red in color, that tells you that that one sort of originates from Louisiana. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. Let's get started. Okay, guys. So we're going to go through the ingredients, and over here I have my chicken ready. Now, I did ask you to get chicken breast, however, I had some chicken wings in the freezer, and I thought, oh, that would be really nice, so I'll use that. So you don't have to use chicken wings. Whatever chicken pieces you have, you're more than welcome to use. I have some chorizo here that I've sliced on the slant so that it's a longer length. Rosemary, thyme, the spring onions, finely chopped garlic, onions there, as well as the red and yellow pepper. And I had some prawns as well in the freezer that I've decided to chuck in. Okay, also I have some easy cooked rice, and the reason why I've chosen easy cooked rice is so that it cooks separately in terms of the grains, and there's no sort of flavor within easy cook. If you've got basmati and you decide to use that, there is sort of a flavor that's associated with basmati rice. It's very fragrant. I've also rinsed through the easy cook rice under cold running water just to make sure to separate the grains and to remove some of the starch. I have my chicken stock here. The recipe calls for Tabasco, but I'm going to use just some ordinary hot pepper, and of my seasonings and my tin tomatoes, as well as my smoked paprika. Okay, so we're going to get started, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so I've added a tablespoon of olive oil in there, and I'm going to add the garlic. And as usual, I'm going to wait till I hear that sizzle, because I really want the garlic to release all of the flavors within the oil. And I'm using a thick bottom base sort of Dutch pan saucepan, okay? And the important reason for a mention is this, because we're going to have a lot of dishes or ingredients inside here, and we're going to be adding rice as well as with the stock, and so we want something to be able to cook the rice without making it stick at the bottom. Okay, so the heavier base bottom or thick bottom base pan you have is the best for this particular all-in-one rice dish that we're making. All right, so I'm going to add the chicken. And I'm not going to use all, because as usual it's just my husband and myself, so I'm just going to cook it up for I don't know, 2 people, 4 servings, I guess. So I'm going to fry these off, or I should say seal them off until they're sort of brown on each side. Now, had we used chicken breast, it would have done so a lot more quickly than the chicken with the bones. Also remember, with chicken with the bones, it also releases a lot of flavor. There's flavor in the bones, so it's a good idea to use it. All right. Now, once this goes brown, the next thing I'm going to add into here is the chorizo sausage. And the reason I'm adding it is because I want all that oil, all that natural flavors within the chorizo to actually come out, and it's going to change the color of the chicken as well. Now you can do this on high, and of course you're in control of the heat. If you think it's too high for you, or the flame's really bursting out and you feel uncomfortable, by all means. Okay guys, so I think my chicken is ready to add the onions in now, as well as the chorizo goes in. I'm also going to add the rosemary and the thyme as well in there. Turn the heat back up. Now, as I was saying to you when I started, that this dish also sort of a family relation to paella. And so what we're making here is a chicken and chorizo jambalaya. And so one of the differences here within this dish is obviously the non-addition of the paella seasoning, as well as you know, adding the mussels and, you know, all the relevant seafood that actually goes into it. Okay, but it's very similar, family related, as I said. The foundation of cooking it is very much the same. You can use any sort of combination of meats within the dish. It's entirely down to you. Okay, I think that's good now. So I'm going to add in the paprika. And I'm using smoked paprika here. Let's add my cup of measurement. And again, this really brings a really nice, deep, rich red color to it. Now, don't worry if your pan is sticking like that. Yeah, do not worry about that. That is perfectly fine. It is normal. And once you add the stock, that is simply going to deglaze it. And what I mean by that is that the liquid from the stock is actually going to raise all of that flavor that's actually stuck to the bottom there. And this is why I'm talking about using a thick bottom base pan to do the cooking for this particular dish. So I'm going to add the rice, and you're thinking, well, she's adding the rice now. Why? I want the rice to get all of the flavors at this point. Yeah, I want the rice to get the flavor from the chicken. There's all of the flavors stuck at the bottom of the pan. Okay, I'm just going to mix it all in. I'm going to add my chopped tomatoes as well. Remember, I did say it's a one-pot dish, okay? Everything goes in. And take your time and mix it in all together. I'm going to add in the balance of the vegetables. Now, don't be in a rush to add the stock at this point. You know, give it a stir, keep stirring it, let all those flavors develop. As long as you stand there and you keep moving it, don't walk away because we don't want it burning. Just keep it moving. Okay, so I'm going to add in the stock now. and we want to add all of the stock in. Make sure you stir to the bottom of it, pour it all in. I'm going to cook this really nice and slow. Now, because prawns don't take long to cook, I wouldn't add it in just yet. I will add that probably about 5 minutes before the rice is ready, and let it steam down and get the flavors of the actual dish. So we're going to put the lid on. And we're going to turn it down on a low heat. So remember, this is a thick bottom base pan, so it's going to retain that level of heat inside there. So just going to turn it down low and leave it about 15 minutes, then we'll come back and check it. Okay guys, so it's been 20 minutes, so I'm going to check it and see what it's looking like. And I'm also going to add the prawns as well. So that looks good, it's bubbling nicely. And I can see all of the stock being absorbed into the rice. Okay, now I don't want this to get very dry. I want it to remain sort of moist still, all right? So I'm going to just give it a little taste first. That is pretty yummy actually. So I'll add a touch more seasoning at just towards the end. So that's some rock salt and some pepper. And what I'm going to do, I'll just mix that in. And as I said earlier, I'm going to just lay the prawns on top of it. And then I'll give it a few minutes, and what we're looking for here is for it to turn nice and pink. And obviously we know that they are cooked and ready. And I don't want the rice to remain dry, so I want it to be a little bit sloppy still. All right, I want it to be a very nice moist dish and not dry. So we'll come back 5 minutes, check it and see what it looks like. Okay, we're going to check now and see what it looks like. And the prawns are nice and pink, and it's still nice and bubbly and moist, and this is what we're looking for. Right. So I'm going to switch this off. Mix it all in just to make sure, you know, that everybody who eats get a nice portion and equated amount of ingredients. So i.e. the sausage, the prawns, the chicken, etc. So I'm going to serve this up. Now before I finish this, now with the hot pepper there, as usual I'm not going to add it because my husband's afraid of it, but surely you can add Tabasco sauce to your individual portion, okay? Oh, I'm making a mess already. It's lovely, really rich colour. And if you've got some fresh parsley, you can obviously decorate it with that. Right, so. And of course, if you wanted to cook it with the prawns in the shell, that too would look absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to taste this in front of you. I do actually eat my food. They're usually eaten for dinner, my husband and myself. So let's see what this tastes like. It's really hot and steamy, and the first thing I got is some chorizo. So here we go. Pretty good. Lovely. I'm going to eat all of this and let me know how yours come out.